Back in the day, if you recall, people who could inherit in most instances were male, were only males. And so some people still push that agenda. You have to think about this very carefully. You have to think about it very carefully, because at the end of the day, these are all your descendants. And if you are still holding on to the narrative, let it be at least on a good basis. Because what if that child of yours, wherever it is that they are, things don't work out, especially those that are married and you cannot really support themselves. They are mainly reliant on their husbands. What if things turn out for the worst? Are you saying to me they can't be accommodated in the property that you have? Are you saying you can't make provisions so that at least they can be able to have a roof over their head? You must understand that these types of things are also things that create some form of division, because others see it from the perspective of favoritism. Maybe you see it from a different perspective. You want people to continue your lineage, whatever the case is. But before you make such types of decisions, just think very carefully about the consequences. This is why it's a good thing to have someone who's going to help you plan this, because they can tell you the different repercussions of the options that you're going to or you're considering. Because some of the options, like I say, not really great. For example, there's a family who was left a property. Also, the mother had the desire, let it be a family home, let everyone be able to come here, etc. Now, the family in their own, don't want to say naive, understanding, they thought, you know what, to make things easier, let's just put it in the name of our brother here. Everybody agreed, let's put it in the name of our brother because he's going to allow us, These are conversations that are not really had at depth. Yeah, people often have these assumptions. So the assumption was that the brother is going to house us. It's okay. I kid you not when I say to you, as soon as the deed came back saying that the brother was now the owner of the property, the brother did not even hesitate. He kicked out everybody on that property and he placed other people who rented that property. Everyone was infuriated because they had trusted that the brother would open up the doors as this is going to be a family home, and he's going to be able to build his family there as well. We don't have a problem, but I think they thought, right? But the brother had other intentions. To this day, there's a division in that family. The brother doesn't care. He has his own house. This one that he was given, that he was gifted by the siblings, has other people who stay there as tenants. So also, the people that inherit in their personal names who are trying to find a solution, you need to also sit down with someone, because the solution must really be practical and must work for you. Because some of the solutions, we think about it from a social, cultural perspective, but you really need to look at it from a legal perspective so that you are covered, or your legal basis is covered. Guys, remember, that property often is what gives people refuge. When things go west, my mother has a house, I am going back home. So, when you now make decisions that end up costing you this place of refuge, you are in deep. You are in deep. And often people say, can't we reverse this? We can't reverse it. We can't reverse it, because if you sell a property to somebody else and they give you money for it, that cannot be reversed if it's done lawfully. Why should it be different if now you guys have decided as a family to give it to one person? And this is often also another option that's exercised by the people who are left farmlands. They then make a decision, you know what, okay, let's not sell, let's just give it to so and so. Biggest mistake they make, because number one, now they can't control so and so. So and so can't be controlled. But now they've been rejected as being co-owners. The department did not agree. And, you know, they're thinking the first thing that comes to mind, let's just give it to one person. We're going to work here together. It's okay. So-and-so changes his or her mind, and he or she has the right to do so and decides to sell. Then people are like, can we not fight this? You will fight until you go underneath the ground. It will not help. So anything and everything that has to do with a family home narrative, or the desire to create a family home, you have to understand first and foremost, what are the problems that could come about when it comes to what you're trying to do here? Is there a better way you can do this so that everybody's accommodated? And at the same time, you try to maintain a bit of peace here. Yeah, you try to maintain, you ensure that there's less conflict here. So you have to think about all of those things and be practical in a sense. And don't be afraid to have open discussions with your family here about this, because at the end of the day, they are the ones who are going to sit there and they have to work with this. Especially if you're going to leave it in individual names, right? They will be working with this. They have to understand you. You have to understand, right? And then make your decision and structure your thing. Otherwise, if you just take it loosely as the people who, you know, were born back then, it will backfire, as it always does. This is why there's always problems. Day in and day out, people are talking about this and that. Other people are saying their family members are just stealing the houses. They are selling them without them knowing, illegally. It's a mess. So make sure you structure it properly so that people don't even have the ability to scam it out of your hands or your children's hands. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Let me leave you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We shall talk some other time.